Ibex is not on the dangerous game list. It's on a list that says, I'm going to take you into the mountains. I know, Bill, that you don't like the mountains, so I'm going to drive you up to where the air is thin and you can't breathe. And as soon as you see me, I'm going to leave. And I'm going to make you walk and walk and walk. So Ibex, for me, it's a personal challenge, but it's a great adventure. It's something I love to do. And look at this landscape here. This is Spain. This is beautiful. Can you think of any other place to be in the spring?
LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors is brought to you by Primaloft, advanced insulation technology for hunting gear, proven warm even when wet. By Swarovski Optic, and by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm really excited to be in Spain. There are 4 species of ibex in Spain. And ibex is one of those animals that I'm really psyched to be after. I fly into Madrid. It's a 5-hour drive down to Oriva. That's O-R-G-I-V-A. Some people pronounce it Ogiva, but it's Oriva. So I'm looking forward to this trip.
Meaning snowy range in Spanish, the Sierra Nevada mountains run east-west along the Mediterranean coastline and include Spain's highest peak. Nestled in the southern foothills, the town of Orgiva is home to 6,000 residents and is a popular tourist destination boasting ample sunshine beneath snow-capped peaks.
One of the cool things about it is it sets in the middle of the countryside, but everything pops. I'm noticing in Spain, everything is white.
Oh, all right. Woo-hoo.
I'm driving down with a guide, outfitter / friend, Francisco. He said, well, down in the southern part of Spain, the sun gets so intense that white reflects heat, and they actually want to keep some of the heat out. And, I thought that made sense. But when you get close and you realize the beauty of the structures here, God, I love it. It's just great.
Base camp for this hunt is the Hacienda-style Hotel Tarre, which combines rustic charm with all the creature comforts of home. Stunning sunsets over the Sierra Nevada are icing on the cake. Hotel Tarre beckons the weary traveler to kick up his feet prior to the test of hunting mountain ibex.
Day one, I've got total jet lag. But as you know, this is a hunting trip. Sleep is for when you die. So you wake up here, it's not bad. We woke up right around 5:30, 6 o'clock, had a quick breakfast, and then immediately beelined it for the mountain. And I don't think we'd gotten more than a couple miles down the road. We were seeing ibex. What we did the first morning was basically spot and stalk. So these are all young ones. Down on the bottom, look like too small. They probably can't tell male or female.
Well, you can if you look very carefully. The horns are a little bit thicker than they are in the females, but I think they are mostly females because the young ones, the male young ones, like the one we saw up there,
Yes.
they are already kicked out of the herd.
Yeah, we drove up one hillside, sighted the rifle. Very important. When I got here, it was getting dark, didn't have time. So day one, set up a target at 150 meters, approximately 170 yards. And I actually found out my rifle was off due to travel, luggage handling. I've never had a rifle go off, so immediately I was concerned. I had missed the target twice.
Izquierda por lo menos 25 clics y volver a tirar. ¿Te parece?
15 inches.
Height is okay, but you're shooting at that much to the right.
When he told me my rifle was off almost 12 inches, I made the corrections, and it seemed perfect. I hit dead center. How did that bullet hit?
¿Cómo ha ido el tiro ahora?
Justamente en el centro del 10.
Dead on in the 10. Dead on.
Let's try one more shot then. Feeling good is one thing, feeling confident is another, so I took a second shot. Same left, right, perfect, dead center. I think I might have been a ½ inch high. I felt confident now.
Where winding mountain roads end, the search for ibex begins. The hunt gets physical when we return.
You know, I gotta say, one of my favorite animals to hunt is the ibex. I've hunted ibex now in Spain, I believe that was 2 years ago.
Right on the bottom, looking left. Looking to the left. I got him, perfect. Yep, perfect. Ready. You hit him.
I hunted the Bisadi ibex. Prior to that, I hunted in Austria with my friends at Swarovski, and that was the alpine ibex. Here in Spain, they actually have 4 ibex. You got the Gritos, you got the Sierra Nevada, you got the Bisadi, and you got the Ronda. Now, in the past, I've hunted the Bisadi, so there's 3 more I still need to get. For this trip, we're going after the Sierra Nevada.
The hunt begins with an early morning uphill commute into the Sierra Nevada range. Bill is armed with the confidence that his rifle is zeroed, and he is in the company of professionals. Local guide Alfonso and outfitter Francisco Rosich know what to expect in ibex country.
The altitude is not a problem because the highest peak is 9,000 and something feet, but we never hunt all the way up because it's not necessary because they are lower down. But yes, it's very rough. Falling rocks, deep canyons, deep creeks, so it requires some physical conditions. We know this group is here.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do, if they go to the other side or they go down. So if they go down, we are not going after them because it's going to be tough to get it. But if they go to the other side, then it's worth it to try to get closer and check.
Okay. We got a few ibex that we noticed earlier. I'm gonna say about a mile down, right on this second ridge. And what we're gonna try to do is the third one we saw in the bunch looks like a pretty decent male. So we're gonna have to actually head around here, go back up to this ridge, which is about a ½ mile away, come down the ridge line, stand on this side so we don't skyline. And we're gonna try to get closer and get a better look. We've gotta take it slow and hopefully they'll still be there when we get there. But again, we wanna get to the far ridge, hike down, and just see how close we can get. I personally need something to motivate me to exercise more and stay in better shape. With the ibex, it's a physical game. Yes, you have to know what you're going after, where they're going to be, how high they're going to be, and you have to be in shape for that, and you have to pursue them. Also, they're just a beautiful creature that needs to be maintained like any animal. And Spain here is a great example. 25 years ago, the population was down low. The mines had closed, but when the miners were here for the prior years, up till I believe the mid-60s, you know, these miners needed food and substance. They were going up the mountain, whether it was a young ibex or an old ibex. They didn't care for horn structure, they cared for meat, so they'd shoot it. And it came to a point where the population was dwindling to almost extinction. It took gentlemen like Alfonso to come along and say, hey, do you realize if we take care of these animals, we're gonna have a win-win situation. We're gonna have a beautiful population again, we're gonna bring hunters in, and hunters are actually gonna pay for this. What we're looking for is 10 years old or older. We want an old mature male that's not breeding anymore. We're gonna hike down. I'm used to hiking up and then hiking down. These guys are acclimated. I just got off a plane less than 24 hours ago and I'm trying to climb a mountain and it's gonna kill me. Well, now we're gonna go down, which is okay because it's gonna give me a chance to acclimate. I'm not smart enough to think that I've gotta come back up this thing, and then on top of that, what if I have an ibex?
When we return, the unforgiving terrain, sun-drenched slopes, and dense thickets of Sierra Nevada test Bill's resolve.
Why would I choose Spain as a vacation spot if I wasn't a hunter? But let me tell you, I said, look at the climate you have here. It's warm, it's springtime, it's a beautiful time of year to be here. The culture, the people, very friendly, very relaxed. The food, the atmosphere, everything about it is wonderful. Oriva, it's a quiet town, but it's just such a quaint, nice town. You know, I feel like I've gone back in time, where the people go out and they congregate together. They actually take the time, walking in the streets, greeting one another, children playing in the streets. I mean, they enjoy life. You know, all in all, the hotel is wonderful, the people are wonderful, the food is wonderful. One of the coolest things here is the jamon. It's a thinly sliced ham, and it is incredible. And it's probably what I don't need to eat, but I will eat it every single day I'm here because it's one of the best flavors you'll ever have.
For an inside look at how his favorite local delicacy is made, Bill accompanies Francisco on a tour of a jamon shop.
Okay.
Talk about a kid in a candy store.
Fresh meat.
Yeah. One reason I like the jamon is just the flavor, but the amount of work that goes into this stuff. You know, from butchering the hog, they hang it and let it dry and drain. From there, they cover it in a salt for, I believe, 30 to 60 days.
What they do here is just to be sure they're dry.
And then the drying process starts. I mean, we're looking at stuff that was up to 2 years old hanging. Imagine waiting for something to cure for over 2 years. And this guy probably had 50 to 100,000, if not 150,000 hog legs hanging, being cured. I mean, I felt like I had died and gone to heaven. I'll be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I love going on vacations, but if I can hunt, it turns a good vacation into a great vacation.
Bill and his guides have located a group of ibex in a favorite haunt.
We stopped several places where we think, and Alfonso knows, the ibex roam at that time of the year. We saw several males together, some too young. They do farm places for the ibex to create environment, to create food plots. And sure enough, there were two ibex feeding on the new grass. Two were about the same age, 10 years old, 11, pretty much like this range. One was maybe a little bit more broom than the other one. The two horns were pretty bad. He lost maybe 5 inches in each horn. So we decided to take the one in the right who got better shape of horns. The one in the left is kind of broom, both sides.
Groomed like sheep, goats, and everything with horns means that the tip is actually broken off. They walk against the mountainside and they drag a horn. They sleep on one side. They fight. You know, whatever they do, they're always putting pressure on these horns. So both were broomed off. Now I have the decision to make. Which one do I want to shoot?
One is very much taller and it's got better tips. The other one is kind of low and grows back, but it's got both horns pretty broad. They will score about the same. Maybe the taller one a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't really care about score. I care about a mature animal.
Both are 10 years old or older. So that's great. That's what we're looking for.
We started at about 300 yards out. We get into almost 220 meters, which is about 250 yards.
And the cape, I think I like it better, the one on the right.
Okay, yeah. A lot of people say, why do you hunt ibex? And for a couple of reasons. One, the challenge. I mean, you're up in the mountaintops, there's a terrain they hang out in. It's not, you know, sit still, wait in a tree stand, and wait for them to come along. It's an animal you have to chase and pursue.
Are you okay, Bill?
So, I'm gonna shoot the one on the right.
The right.
We got in position about 220 meters from the ibex.
I'm just gonna wait till he turns. I had all day to shoot, so I wasn't gonna rush a shot. He's quartering broadside to me, but every time he puts his head down, his horns go down. So I wait, and once his head comes up, like you want him?
Bill took a nice shot. We let because the animal ran, but we knew was hit.
You see him buckle?
I saw him. He's not feeling well. He's not feeling well.
Just like LL Bean, Swarovski's had a reputation for supplying hunters with the best quality products available. Ever since 1895, they have made the finest quality optics in the world. For years, I've used Swarovski optics exclusively on every hunt from Africa to Illinois. Few pieces of information are more important to a big game hunter than the distance between him and his quarry. Swarovski's rangefinder combines the optical quality and standards of the SLC binocular with the latest in rangefinding technology. In terms of image quality and accuracy, this unit simply has no rival. It's tough, yet compact and completely waterproof. So whether an animal's at 8 feet, 1,000 yards, 1,600 yards, the Swarovski Optic Rangefinder does it all.
LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors is brought to you by Primaloft, advanced insulation technology for hunting gear, proven warm even when wet. By Swarovski Optic, and by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession.
I tell you, one of the most important things when you get ready for a hunt is that you work with someone who understands the needs of a client. I'm coming to a foreign country. I have concerns. How do I bring my firearm there? What is the weather like? What apparel do I need? And just, some pointers. And frankly, you want to do that because you want to gauge the outfitter. And if they aren't buttoned up and organized, whether it's in Spain hunting ibex or Mongolia, that can mean life and death. Francisco is very personal, very professional. I mean, just a great guy. The minute you shake his hand and he smiles, you feel like he's one of your old friends that you knew from day one and that you've known for 30 years.
After just a day and a half search, Francisco and Alfonso have found Bill a mature bull.
We got in position about 220 meters from the ibex. Bill took a nice shot. You hit it for sure. I don't see the other one. The other one is in the bushes. But he's not going anywhere. I was born in a family of hunters and fishermen. I grew up always either in the mountains with my father hunting or fishing, or in the ocean fishing. He's waiting for the companion, but the other one is not showing up, so he must be dead in the bushes. So my love for nature and outdoors is part of my family tradition. Okay, let's take time, right? Let's kill the time a little bit.
I prefer now. Go to the car. Wait.